Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Comic Book Lowdown. I'm Wellington, and today I'm going to be reviewing 6 books for you. This is going to encompass my 5 books I read this week, and then the one I read from last week that I only had 1 book last week, so I'm going to throw it in here. So 6 books on my plate, and to start off with, we're going to start off with Avenging Spider-Man number 14. This is written by Cullen Bunn, and honestly, the story was pretty weak in this. Pretty much the story is Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, is on a trip to the Savage Land where for Horizons Labs, and during the trip they get attacked. The group that he's with, they get attacked by some sophisticated dinosaurs that have been like mutated in some way, and they're like speaking, but instead of attacking they just take the group as prisoners, except for Peter. Peter gets to sneak away at some point, and he changes into a Spider-Man costume. It starts out with him just fighting some velociraptors, and these velociraptors can like spit fire breath, and they're mutated. So he's in the Savage Land, and he's fighting off these dinosaurs. And while he's fighting off these dinosaurs, 2 characters never heard of before come by, and they're the characters of Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur. And Devil Dinosaur's the dinosaur that's on the front cover. He's just a red dinosaur, a red Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he's accompanied by his monkey friend Moon Boy, and Spider-Man and Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur, they get in a fight, but then Spider-Man helps Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur out, so they become acquaintances again, because apparently they had met in other issues before, not of Avenging, but in another book. And so then they just go to the source pretty much of where all these mutated dinosaurs are coming from. So it's not a very intriguing story. It's not very it's very short as well, and it's not too interesting really. So I gave it a 2 out of 5. Really hoping that it picks up though. This story arc, it didn't really flow from the last story arc. The last story arc we left off with the Deadpool and Hypno Hustler 2 issues of that, and those were great issues. And then new writer comes on, Cullen Bunn, and didn't like what the first issue came out with was. So hopefully it gets better, or hopefully they change writers again, because I don't think Cullen Bunn has a great voice for Spider-Man. But next up we have Scarlet Spider number 11. This is part 4 for the Minimum Carnage, and this was actually pretty good. I know last part of Minimum Carnage was Venom, and I had said that I really didn't like that, and I read it again and it kind of grew on me a little bit more. So, you know, I kind of take back my statements from the Venom review that I did of it. But this starts out pretty good. It starts out with Carnage and Scarlet Spider fighting, and it's a pretty epic fight that they have, because none of them are holding back. And then it also gets into some Venom stuff here with Flash Thompson and his symbiote going crazy. But pretty much the story is that you find out that a guy named Marquise Radu is the one who hired Carnage to come to the microverse to go kill everything. But really, it was Marquise Radu wants to be the next god. He wants to be God, and in order for him to be God, he has to kill the current god. But if killing the current god is against his religion, so that's why he hired Carnage to come. But in this issue, they revealed that the microverse was once infested with symbiotes that tried to consume everything in the microverse, and then the Enigma Force the people that found Venom and helped Venom out, they ended up destroying the symbiotes. But now Marquise, yeah, Marquise, I think that's his name. It's spelled like Marquise, but Marquise Radu, he wants to bring some symbiotes back, and he wasn't expecting Venom to come back, and there's some cool twists that happened during this, and I'm not going to ruin those, but solid issue. I give it a 3 out of 5. The art is pretty good in this. It slacks in some points, but for the most part it's pretty good, and the story is pretty good too. So there's that. Next issue, I'm going to be talking about Detective Comics number 14. I have it on my computer right here. Last we left off in Detective Comics, it was Bruce Wayne at his foundation, his charity event, that he was gonna reveal the Martha Wayne Foundation for something. I don't know. The way that DC does this New 52, where they're always coming out, of course, once a month, I don't go back and read the last issues all the time, because especially this time, because there's just more to read, and I want to get this video out quicker. But for what I remember is that Penguin stole Bruce's thunder, and Penguin made it so everybody supported his foundation, and at the end we see an assassin, one of the Penguin's assassins that he hired, about to kill Bruce Wayne, and that continues in this issue, where Bruce is escaping the assassin, but in a way that he doesn't reveal that he knows what he's doing since he's Batman. But in the end, not in the end of the issue, but at the end of this fight, Penguin ends up killing the assassin, and everybody looks at Penguin like he's a big hero. So Bruce doesn't accept that at all, and he swears that he's gonna get the Penguin back, but he's not gonna get the Penguin back right this moment, and he doesn't get him back in this issue. He tells Damian that to get back at the Penguin, he's gonna need patience, and so in the meantime, he looks into a spree of building destructions from Penguin's corporations. A bunch of corporations that the Penguin owns have been destroyed, and some innocent people had been hurt, and it's all a cause of Poison Ivy, because those corporations were dumping toxins into the water, and Poison Ivy doesn't like nature to be messed with, so she's going out and she's destroying all these corporations run by the Penguin. So Bruce decides that he has to stop her, even though she's pretty much helping Gotham and helping Bruce out. He says that she's going about it in the wrong way. And throughout this issue, there's a couple of cool points, and at the end, there's a really cool thing that happens that I'm not going to spoil. So read Detective Comics number 14, and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Next issue we have here, my issue from last week, Avenging Spider-Man Annual, number 1. This is where I wanted Avenging Spider-Man to be at. This, written by Rob Williams and drawn by Brad Walker. This is a pretty good Spider-Man story. It's a really down-to-earth story, and the characters are great, and the art is amazing in this. It's still almost cartoony. It's cartoony in a way that it's just dynamic, and it looks like it's drawn, but it's so detailed. It has so many human-like features to it, but it still has its animated feel to it. So this is definitely the art form that I like, and it has a lot of funny points to it. But pretty much the story is that two brothers, they have a metal detector, and they go searching around Central Park for alien artifacts, because they say that the Avengers and the Fantastic Four and all these superheroes have had so many battles with so many alien species in that exact park that there must be some kind of alien device that they could sell if they find it and make a lot of money out of it. And so they have metal detectors, and they eventually find something, but they don't know what it is. So one of the brothers just clicks a button, and they are fine. Those two brothers, they're fine, but everybody around them starts going crazy and starts fighting each other because the device the device controls human emotions, and they had the emotion set for anger. So everybody in New York is just going crazy, and they're fighting each other for no reason, but they're just angry with everybody. And it even affects Spider-Man and the Thing in this, because the Thing is a prominent character, as you can see by the cover. So there's a lot of cool things that happen throughout this book, and it's just a really nice story it's about two brothers, just a really nice story just following them, and how everything gets solved, and what is morally right and what is morally wrong. And there's a lot of funny parts to it, and a lot of just great art, great writing, and great story. Pick it up if you want. It's since it's an annual, it's $4.99, but really good issue of Avenging Spider-Man. And if you didn't like Avenging Spider-Man, what was it, number 14? Then you're gonna really like Avenging Spider-Man Annual, number 1, to pick up your spirits. And next issue, I have actually I'm gonna this issue I'm gonna review first. It's Deadpool number 1, the Marvel Now Deadpool. This is written by the new writers Brian Posehn and Jerry Duggan, and drawn by Tony Moore. And I've said before, I really like Tony Moore's art now. I wasn't used to it when I first saw it in the Venom issues, but now I really love it. I really love the cartooning he does, and the story in this is just really good story. It's really funny. There's a lot of funny parts to this story, and it's a very interesting way of using Deadpool. And it's a very original type of story that they're telling with this. So in this issue, there's a mad, crazy, he's a regular American citizen, but he's just a crazy guy. He's a necromancer, and he thinks that America is just going down the drain. Everything that's happening in America sucks. So to fix it, he decides that he's gonna bring all these old U.S. presidents back to life. And when he brings them back to life, they come back evil. And so the first president he brings back is Harry Truman, and Captain America is on the scene at that point when he brings back Truman. And because Truman is evil now, Captain America ends up decapitating him. And it's a really funny news article that they have. The news article shows Captain America decapitating Truman with his shield, and it says "Decaptain America," or "Decapitating America," or something like that. So I thought that was pretty funny. But the story goes that SHIELD doesn't want any SHIELD agents or any Avengers or any Fantastic Four, any superheroes for that matter, going out and pretty much killing old U.S. presidents because it looks bad against them. So this one SHIELD agent, I forgot his name. He assigns Agent Emily Preston to pretty much find a way to get rid of all these U.S. presidents quietly and without any attention being brought onto SHIELD or any Avengers or anything like that. So in the meantime, Deadpool is fighting off this giant dinosaur in Manhattan, and him and Thor, they kill the dinosaur, and Thor pretty much leaves right after that, after some funny banter that they go through. And then that's when the ghost of FDR comes, and then Deadpool fights him, and he eventually kills it. And so that's when Agent Preston hires Deadpool to go after all these U.S. presidents. And there's a really cool panel in this closer to the end, so I'm not going to show you, but where you use the Marvel AR app, and Well, I can tell you what it is. It goes through. There's a bunch of presidents in a room, dead presidents in a room, and they're all pretty much having a meeting with each other. And with the Marvel AR app, they go through every president who is in the room. They name them all, and it's funny because there's a bunch of dead presidents, and then there's Jimmy Carter, who's not dead, and he's just telling. I think he's telling Lyndon B. Johnson that he's not dead, and LBJ is like, "I'll tell you when you're dead." But it's pretty funny with this book. So Deadpool #1, Marvel Now, starts off great, and I'm really excited for where this is gonna be going. I gave it a 4 out of 5. And then the last issue of my pull week, Daredevil End of Days #2. Bendis is just doing a really good job. Bendis and Mac, they're doing a really good job teaming up with this book. This is the second part after the initial part where in part 1, or the first issue where Daredevil does die, and Ben Urich is going out. He's trying to find answers for what the word Mapone means that Daredevil says right before Bullseye kills him. So in this issue, Ben Urich is still going around. He's still looking for the answers, and he's looking for Black Widow in this, because Black Widow and Daredevil used to be together at some point. So he's looking for Black Widow, or just any Avenger or anybody that he can talk to try to see if they know anything about this. And so he's in a bar at this one point, and the bar gets a phone call telling Ben Urich to go around outside, around the back. And when he goes around the back, Nick Fury is there, the old Nick Fury, the white Nick Fury. And Ben Urich says that he has to be about 100 years old at this point, because he's just so old. And then in this time, S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't an agency anymore. It's disbanded, and nobody has seen or heard from Nick Fury in a while. And Nick Fury pretty much says that Black Widow is dead, and so just stop going after her, stop looking for the answers, and like, why are you doing this? And like any reporter, Ben is like, well, if she doesn't, or if she can't tell me, do you know anything about this? And Nick Fury is not going to give any answers out. And through this, there's a lot of characters that Urich interacts with from the Daredevil universe, where he interacts with Nick Fury. He tries to get into contact with Tony Stark at the Avengers Tower, but he never gets to. He talks to Mia, Matt Murdock's ex-wife, and she has. Whenever he brings up the word Mapone to anybody, they always react in a way that you feel like they know something about it, but they're just not telling him. And so he interacts with, or he tries to interact with Black Widow. He interacts with Nick Fury, tries Tony Stark, does with Mia, and there's one more person at the end where Ben Urich attends Matt Murdock's funeral. And there's one person at the end that he talks to, and it's leading into the next issue. And I'm not going to reveal who that is. You just have to read the issue, and it's just really good. A lot of words in it. It's a really good story, and the art is pretty amazing. There's the first page. It's just this wide page of just so many of New York City, and then all around New York City, there's all these kind of banners and everything for different superheroes and all this kind of good stuff. So the art really does justice to the writing. So yeah, so I gave that a 4 out of 5, and those are my comic reviews of the week. This is Wellington with the Comic Book Lowdown. You guys could tune in next time. Like my videos, subscribe, watch all my other videos, see what you like, see what you don't like, comment on them, and just communicate with me if you want, and just keep watching. So thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.